So, thank you for joining. I hope other people will join. Why? Because it is a weekend, so mind says, I want to rest. Don't disturb me by sending the email to attend. How many Saturdays I have how many Saturdays you have enjoyed? Tell me. And do you remember them that joy continued? Who says, don't disturb me, let me enjoy my weekend? It is false I. I retitled our Saturday session as Who Am I? You might have noticed when I send you those audio files. How many Saturdays we have enjoyed? And we want to put our joy on an outer situation, time, place, objects. Tell me, friendly, how many Saturdays you have really enjoyed? Because I put the joy outside. I will do this, I will have a joy that comes from super fine ego that is known as false I. And we are discovering who am I. No joy outside on even on weekdays or weekends. Saturday's session is a session from the teachings of one of the great masters who lived in 11th century, and he directly hits our pain points. How many pain points you have in your life in relations with money, with the house, with body? No, no, now body is 60 years old. Now I have a problem. So when you go for a dinner party, first at the age of 60 or maybe 50 and above, now you can say 40 and above. Oh, what is this? This is the dessert. How much sugar is in it? And when you are eating in the 20s, oh, come on. Look at it. I'm just passing on the wisdom from these masters. So, what is the situation outside and condition outside and inside that we need to understand? Who says it is a weekend and who says it is a weekdays? That will make the things clear. If we do not keep the mind at the highest purity level, false I can sneak in at any time. It can enter on weekends also. The joy will be lost. Understand it clearly. And that we do not understand. It can enter on the weekdays. You find your soulmate on weekdays, you cannot find it on weekends. Because on weekends you are spending your time inside your home. Understand very clearly the situation in the world is outside. What do we see? What do we see? People, place, objects, days, time. All create an event. That event we say it is a weekdays or weekends. That event we say I met a soulmate and now soulmate. Now marriage, now divorce. All are outer events. Who does this? Who carries forward? False I. I claim that false I is my real I, is the cause of the problem. Now see, be very clear. There are two events outside. One event, marriage event, and the other event is also taking place outside. So there, for the world, there is no difference between the event. In the world, there is a storm and there is a war going on. Uh, there is no difference. I give the interpretation. Who is this I? False I. Are you getting it? Say yes. You don't get it, so you listen it again and then you will get. You are the same 20 years old. You are the same 60 years old. So your false I makes a choice of the food. I will eat this. I will not eat this. Now I cannot run so fast. That's why I see people, even in such a hot summer, they torture their body. Now it's okay. They are doing. Understand very clearly. Outer event is given an interpretation based on my likes and dislikes. That gives me the joy and the sorrow. Can I drop it? Yes, I can drop it. Why I should drop it? False eye is just like a moonlight. It is not a sunlight. Sun is the main source. What I'm referring to, consciousness is the ultimate reality. That consciousness reflected in the mind becomes the false eye. Are you getting it? Even if you are not getting it, say yes. As long as I live, I'll continue to pass this wisdom. That is my contribution to my masters. And once you start living into that state, not only you have now painless life. What is painless life? No pain in relationship, no pain in outer events, no pain at the physical level. Even if you have problems, okay, but pain is not there because the pain comes by the ego, and the ego is caused by the big brother. Do you remember the big brother? Ignorance. That's so simple, so simple. How I experience is the mind. Who experiences is the mind, as an I thought. That I thought gives the interpretation of an event as a joy, as a peace, as a happiness, as a stress, as a suffering. And that I is caused by the ignorance. This is the summary of two metaphors that we have been talking about, we have been understanding since many weeks. I'm just giving you just a cream. Ignorance is the big brother of the ego, and the ego thrives only on likes and dislikes. And that ego is I thought. And the I thought, what is the thought now? Go deeper, deeper. What is the I thought? Thought is equal to object plus I am. I can explain further that thought is equal to object plus mind as a I thought plus consciousness. So consciousness is different from the I thought. Now thought says I am in stress. So stress is an object. Very clear. So then reflected consciousness, that is the I thought. That I thought said that I'm in stress. Plus consciousness, nothing happens to the consciousness. Consciousness is independent. That is my real life. That needs to be understood. You need not to do any practice. That needs to be understood. That is why we say a heavy conditioned mind shows pain and pleasure. Oh, many people did not join, maybe because of weekend. They are enjoying their weekend. Understand it clearly. Once that state of awareness is there, all the painful points dissolves from your life. What is left is the pure consciousness. What is pure consciousness is the real I. What is real I is of the nature of peace, happiness, love, truth, and wisdom. What that means? You are awakened. But it means now it is an irreversible process. Now, from today, you wake up, you enter into any event, you enter into any relationship. This is what happens. Think in another way. These are not my thoughts. These are the thoughts of our masters. I'm really grateful. You should also be grateful to those teachings. First time you thought, this guy I don't like. Then the I thought or the ego works on this thought to create a picture and images with millions of the thoughts. How, why, where I dislike this guy. So we already know, Dennis knows he's an IT expert. So the processor, mind is a processor. Whatever the thought you give, it will process. Are you getting it? So it constantly processes. Now it creates a label. So label with that information expresses in thought, speech, and action. Whenever you meet that guy, that is an event. So that event, say, oh, I had a very bad weekend. Not only that, that affects your personal life. That has a deep impact of your personal life. That has a deep impact in your professional life, in your social life. And the journey continues. I'm now 90. What is your desire? I'm still searching for peace and happiness. I have everything in my life, but there is a but. And that but comes from the I thought. Are you getting it? This is what the master is giving a totally clear explanation. I discussed about the pot space and the water space. So this is the water space is causing the problem. Who is this I? I told you. Yesterday, I was talking to one psychiatrist and he was discussing in detail about the split personality. These are the symptoms. I said we all have a split personality. One is the false I and other is the real I. You diagnosed it recently. We diagnosed it thousands of years. So then I explained to him that this is what we say, our teaching says. Oh, that makes sense. But then they say that, I have to follow, that I have to follow the guidelines of American Psychological Association. So I cannot talk about this. I said, don't talk about this. Enjoy your weekend. So that split means one is the moonlight, other is the sunlight. When the moonlight claims this is my light, problem begins. Problem begins. So we are covering how to get rid of this I in Mondays and Thursdays sessions. And here we are the highest level of a seeker. So we just become aware and understand And what is understanding is the knowledge. What is knowledge? Is awareness. So when I say I am aware, it is the I thought who says I am aware. I know Dennis will ask this question. I'm answering. I am, when I say I am aware, who says I am aware? I thought. So what it is aware of? It is aware of the real self. Are you getting it? I am husband. Who says I thought? And what is the husband? Husband is a just an awareness. Can you show husband or a wife? Can you show me the son? Can you show me the teacher? Who is this I? The journey is this. Who is this I? Is it I thought? And if it is I thought, it does not exist. How can you say it does not exist? I'm listening to you. Yes, it is for transactional purposes. For transaction, it is existing. Wave exists. Wave appears to exist. I thought appears to exist. What is I thought? I plus consciousness. So now when you refer this I is a I thought that comes from the mind, then what happens? Then it prefers to move with the likes and dislikes. It subjectifies everything in the world. I'm using the word. Pay attention. It subjectifies everything. It was a bad event, as if you are a bad event. What is this? Ignorance. Ignorance is the big brother of I thought. How long you have been suffering? For the last 10 years? Oh, for the last 10 years. You are a great guy. Because you are made to suffer. I thought. We strengthen our right. Find out, my friend. You have to contemplate and reflect. And the weekends are the best to contemplate and reflect. Do your parties, that's everything, but constantly reflect. So when you are reflecting, even on weekends, that peace and happiness from the weekend will also pass on weekdays. Then you need not to go to what we say. There are many restaurants, Jerry, in New Jersey. TGIF, thanks God it is Friday. You need not to go there. Very clarity should be there. What do you mean by clarity? You remove the ignorance. Where lies the ignorance? Ignorance lies in the mind. No, you are talking of the ego. Oh, I thought lives in the mind. It is nurtured by the likes and dislikes. It is nurtured by the subjectification of the world outside. Think, contemplate, and reflect. So here the mind says that how you should think and reflect on it so that the things become clear in your head. All the weekdays are weekends, all the weekends are weekdays. What happens? Subjectification. What is subjectification? That I am of the nature of peace and happiness. Events come and go. Weather come and go. Season come and go. Events come and go. People come and go. No, I need to understand, it appears sound. Your mind may say it, but no, not only sound, it is the reality. So how to separate that object and the subject? When you use the personal noun, obviously it has to do with subject. Why we say objective reality is the material world? It is object. What is the main characteristics of this objective reality? Can you guess? We have been living in the material world. Anything that is objective reality is known as the known material world, is always different, separate from me. Event separate from me. Honey separate from me. Body separate from me. Breath separate, because I know it. Whatever I know is separate from me. Harry, you know your body. Yes, body is not, you are not the body. Who is the knower is another part. Are you getting it? Who is the knower? I can say knower is the mind at this moment. No problem. No issue. We agree with you. So when I see you, who is the knower? So first understand subject and object. Subject is the knower, and I am always the knower. I cannot become the known. If I become the known, separated. Because I cannot become the known. I cannot become the object. Why? I'm conscious. Objective reality. This is known. It is matter. It is inert. I'm holding the mouse in my hand. The mouse does not say, come on, I know it. Are you getting it? Just a matter of understanding. Clarity has to be there. So I gave subject and object. So I have given the name to the subject as I am, and the object as I am not. What I am not? Objective reality. Clear? So let us begin the journey. So simple that the first level of knower in the known, at the first level of subject in the object, subject and object, again I'm using knower, I am. Known, not I am. So I see you means I see your body. Who sees? My eyes. My eyes has become the knower. No issue. If these eyes cannot become the known, are you getting it? If the eyes do not become an object, I have found I am. Complex? No, it's not complex. It's so simple. I know you, hence I am separate and different from you. I recognize you as an object. My senses, my ears becomes the knower of the sound, of the touch, of the name and the color and the food and the taste, etc. So one separation, subject and object. Sense organs are the knower, means I am the sense organ. That is why I know you. But we have to examine if the sense organs becomes the object. Again, confusing me. No, I'm not confusing. If the sense organ becomes the object, it means they cannot be the knower. They lose their ability to be the knower. Do you know your sense organs? Say yes. Who knows it? Mind. The mind is the knower. Oh, the sense organs have become known. Oh, this is matter. It's a part of the object. It is material world. Drop it. So what is going to happen? I see that guy was doing that thing. Who sees? Eyes. Don't start criticizing. Don't start reacting. Calm down. Even whatever the senses perceive may be wrong, may be false. So the first level of knower in the known sense organ and the objects. But now I recognize the sense organ at a particular event works as a knower, and with reference to the mind, it is known. It is an object of the mind. So, whatever is the object of the mind cannot be me. But for transactional purpose, I should recognize, I should work. Transaction. So, second stage, the senses are the objects and the mind is the knower. And that mind is the I thought. We have a simple explanation, simple principle to find what is the real I. So now, if this I thought becomes the object, then it loses its identity with the subject. It loses the identity. It is not I am. The way the sense organ have lost their identity of being a knower because it is known by the mind. Do you know your ego? Yes. You know when you are egoistic and when you are not? Yes. Yes, I know it. So the ego is also known. I thought is known. But who knows that I thought? Who knows? Who knows? That is the real I, here and now. Do you need to speak? No, you need not to speak, you know it. And that I thought says, you are my honey. And second event, it says, you are not. Saturdays are week, weekends are just to enjoy. So I am finding the joy outside. That is this I thought. Consciousness does not discriminate between the weekdays and the weekends. It does not say that you are, thank God, it is Friday, TGIF. I also went a couple of times. I didn't find Friday there. Then is we have a wonderful restaurant. It is known as TGIF. Thank God it is Friday. So three levels of knower and the known, three levels of subject and object. Once you recognize, you are aware, you change. How they change? Change is already there. That separation is already there. We claim that object is me. I claim sense organs as a knower is me. Mind as a knower is me. I do not recognize the real I behind it. It is just a consciousness. Pure consciousness is the real I. I am the real I. We are discovering what is already present in us. We are not, you say, no, I have to make an effort to earn money. The money comes from outside. But that real I is already present behind the false I. That is I am, that is the I thought, that is the mind, that is the reflected consciousness. And that reflected consciousness further gives the consciousness to the sense organ. So one eye, sense organs as a knower. I number one. Mind is an I thought which processes the information of the likes and dislikes. It subjectifies all the objects. That is the second I. And third is the real I. We are already living in a split personality. And psychiatrist was talking the characteristics of a split personality. I did not say that you are talking out of the split personality. No, no, people get, offended, You have to take care of it. You have to be polite. Understand this. And once we get that sense, once you are aware of it, simple thing, do you know I thought? Do you know I am? Yes, it comes from the mind, it comes from the, or you can say intellect, that I thought has a big brother, which is known as the ignorance. Because of the misconception, I have created a sense of I am using it. But then it is veiled and covered by the strong likes and dislikes, joy and the sorrow. We are discussing in Mondays and Thursdays lesson. Joy and the sorrow and jealousy and the hatred, they all are as siblings, or you can say they all are the children of this I thought. But this I thought, you claim it is me, then you have a problem. Then you fight, then you react, then you are thankless, then we have painful memories in our life, then we continue to suffer from the stress all the time, then we blame God, we blame existence. You see, the entire vicious circle. This circle is known as cycle of the birth and the death, based on the karma, the action that we do. I'm not going into that direction, but just briefly, I'm explaining you. So that those impressions in my mind claiming the false I is causing this problem in me. Who is responsible for my problem and suffering? You. Why are you speaking so much? I'm speaking so much to make things clear. Maybe your I thought say I did not understand. So your weekend is now there is no joy in the weekend. Think. You just contemplate why you I subjectify. I'm not the event. I'm not the husband. I'm not the wife. I'm not the child. Why? How? I'm not the body. I am the body. You are having a split personality. I'm not talking of modern psychology. I'm talking of Eastern wisdom, what they say about split personality. Otherwise, who knows? They will sue me. You have also to be careful. Understand that. Again, subject and object, knower in the known. First level. What is the first level? Sense organs becomes the knower. Sense organ becomes I am. That is why I say I see you. Simple principle to follow. Continue contemplation. I see you, but what I see in you is another knower. Do you see that? Eyes do not say you are good and bad. So there is a mixture, the split personality, the minus I say you're bad, you're good. So the two I has got a mixture. That creates a tremendous, that makes you crazy all the time. Those who are not attending the session, they are enjoying their weekends. So, no, no, whatever you enjoy, it's okay. Now, behind these two knower, because I know them, I know the sense organ, I know the mind, means I know my ego, I think, whatever it is. I think I am in stress, I am enjoying my weekend, whatever it is. I know them. So whatever is known, don't subjectify. What is left is the pure consciousness. What is that pure consciousness? Is the real I, Where is that real I am of the nature of peace, happiness, love, truth, and wisdom? Awakening has taken place. Realization is there. Close your eyes. Eyes are closed. Again, I will go back to being comfortable. You will say, but the quality of being comfortable is based on our level of awareness. You have a little pain in the body, and that is made so big by the mind. You see, mind experiences the pain or discomfort in the same mind. I forget to recognize it. Why I forget? I live in ignorance. So ignorance, big brother of ego, then the ego says, I also want to claim myself as a big brother. So I will work with the likes and dislikes and joy and the sorrow. And I subjectified every event in my life. I'm always uncomfortable in my life. No, no, but you are guiding us to be comfortable. You are already comfortable. You de identify, you recognize them. They are the known. You are comfortable. You see, I define being comfortable in hundreds of ways. Where is being comfortable? Is a consciousness, is a pure awareness. You need not even to think of it. You need not even to speak of it. You are already in comfort. So how I experience the uncomfort? Because of these two eyes. That the moment you are aware, I can bet you are comfortable. Because depending on the level of a seeker, we will go there also. Because depends on the level of his seeking. The master recognizes, then we say, okay, you be comfortable, look at the neck joint. You're looking at the neck joint. Okay, you experience the sensation, comfort, and steadiness. So there are two experiences. One is the physical awareness of a neck joint. Second is the mental awareness of sensation, comfort, and steadiness. And that is why I say go deeper within, become aware of the space. Why you become aware of the space? Objectless state. Why objectless state? So that you are aware not to subjectify any object of the world outside. What is left is consciousness. You are. You need not any step. Being comfortable is the only and the one step left. See that. So I say that it is mindfulness state. What happens? Self knowledge. Where is self knowledge? It is simple. Your husband before your wife, your father before your kids, your friend before your colleague, your boss before the employees. You become something that is objective reality. Don't become anything and just be aware. You do not become anything and you are aware. What is there? That is awakening. That is mindfulness. Oh, that is mindfulness. Yes. I told you, ignorance, big brother, misconception. Ignorance means misconception, incomplete understanding. I do not know who am I. So then, but I know I am. I think I am. So I thought comes, and that I thought gets associated with the sense organ. It says sense organ are the knower. I thought the mind, I am the knower, and it hides. Why it hides? Likes and dislikes, pain and pleasure. I have a painful memories, I thought. Pain less memories, I thought. Bypass? No, it doesn't buy. It gives me the joy and the sorrow. So I'll keep liking and disliking. I'll keep hating and you. We already know. So there are millions of impressions. These millions of impressions are clouds that clouds the sun, and that does not cloud the sun. That you need to become aware. Why I made a contradictory statement? I say the sun is clouded. Okay, let me know in which light you see the clouds. In the presence of the sunlight. So when I subjectify myself, I use the expression, what? Oh, cloud, the sun is clouded. Means I'm living in ignorance. So that I thought is our false I, is the ego. It associates with the sense organs. And then it says, this is me. I have been living in stress for so many years. You are worth living. Understanding is required. And that understanding demands a constant interaction, listening and learning by a teacher. And I told you, listening and learning from a teacher in the session is a preparation for mindfulness. Repeat learning and listening with a contemplation and reflection is success in mindfulness, results into, well, you say awakening or whatever you want to use the word, awakening, nirvana, etc., etc. It doesn't make any difference. So being comfortable, that's why I use, you see that. And then being carefree again. So another layer that is mostly caused by the false I thought in the mind. So what happens? The mind cleverly, because of ignorance, with the help of the big brother, it says I have two types of thought. One is I thought, and the rest is not I thought. So, not I thought is the world. Very clear. I'm different from the world out there. I'm different from the mouse and the computer. I'm wife, then I'm different from the husband. Oh, everything is clear. Where is the problem? I am the body. Ego cannot sustain without body, breath, couple of crazy thoughts of likes and dislikes, hate and the pleasure, hatred and the joy. Oh, this is what you're saying. When I say I know the mouse, that is also a thought. When I say I know myself, that is also a thought. So the mind divides itself into two, the subject and object. Now you recognize, so whatever the thoughts are coming to you, they are the objects. And you are 100% clear. Whatever the objects is not me. Now you see where the mixture is taking place. Pay attention. You are listening to me and you are just becoming aware. As if, I show you the rice that is white in color. That's an example from another master. And a black seed. And then I'm saying, oh, do you see the black seed? Do you see the white? This is rice. This is black seed. Exactly the same way. What I said, I thought, and not I thought. So when I say I am in stress, I become stress. I subjectify. Now I am in stress means stress is me. I'm enjoying. That joy is me. From where these two comes? Oh, from the likes and dislikes. I like your company, so I enjoy. I dislike your company, so I'm in stress. So we have a simple awareness. Separate the black seed from the white. What it means, you do not subjectify. What happens then? That is the meaning of these thoughts are coming and going, unwanted, unwelcome thoughts are coming and going. They are not me. They are not mine. They are me and mine. I am a black seed. They are not me. I am a white seed. So I have reached to the second level. The mind is acting as a knower, and and the body, breath, mind, intellect, all the past thoughts, likes and dislikes are the object. It has nothing to do with me. So now there is a pure I would say ripe ego. Ripe ego lives in the intellect. Unripe ego also lives in the intellect. When the intellect is dictated by the ignorance, it is unripe ego. It takes the help of, I told you, it takes the help of its kids, likes and dislikes, and then their kids, joy and the sorrow, then their kids, the hatred uh, and uh, and opposite, and then millions of impressions, and then the thoughts, and that is the reservoir of the memory, and that is where this I thought and the ego works. But now we have ripe ego, pure I thought, I'm examining, I'm aware. You're aware. Ask the question, do I know I thought? Yes, I know. Who is the knower that I thought? Knower and the known are always separate. Subject and object are always separate. They cannot become one. They can change their role. Are you getting it? Yes, yes, I'm getting it. So the way you are comfortable and carefree in your room, many articles are present. Same way you are carefree about the body, sensation, changes in experience, vision, colors, thoughts, feeling, good, bad, high, low. How come? They are objects. Then you will never say, it takes time to control my mind. Mind is the known. Mind is the object. Object of what? My real self. Where is that real self? Consciousness. Do I need to say anything? No. I'm just aware. Consciousness, that is the real life. That is the real life. Do I need to say anything more? Time comes when mind says, no, I am aware. Oh, but you already spoke, I thought. So in that I am aware. What you separate, I am, one part is coming from the I thought. But awareness is independent of this I am. What you did? You did not subjectify I thought as I am. Even when you speak of this, I am doing this and that all the time, 24 by 7. So that I am, which is consciousness, is independent, does not change another characteristics. I thought changes, so it means I am not. Perception changes, I'm not. Body changes, I'm not. Object changes, I'm not. So objective reality always changes. You see, there are very fine threads in between the instructions. That is why we are continuing the journey. So when those fine threads are understood, means knowledge is assimilated, digested completely, is the success. I am, yes. You're just aware of the play of the mind as an I thought. You are aware of the play of the I thought that subjectifies and says I am in stress or I'm happy or I'm enjoying the weekend or I'm not. Are you getting it? You're just that is an awareness. And you're aware that I'm speaking to you, objectification. I mean, it is again an object. There is a soul awareness that is unchanging. present all the time. My master used to say that seer walks alone, but it appears that he is very close to everyone. How can you be closer to anyone? Have a clarity of seer in the scene, subject and the object. So what will happen then? You will meet with everyone as real self. There is no emotional dependence, then there is an emotional freedom. The love always flows, it doesn't give you a break. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. That Om is the real I, which is expressing itself first Shanti with the first identification, second Shanti with the second identification, or what I said, subjectification, and third subjectification. So you simply know when you need to subjectify, subjectify. You have a freedom. Moksha, nirvana is just freedom. Freedom from the limitations of the body, freedom from the limitations of the relationship, freedom from the relationship of the entire objective world. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Bring your mind on the right hand, your mind on the left hand. Lift your both the palms, place it on your eyes. Open the eyes inside the palms. Know your experiences. Bring the hands down, my friends. We'll share our experiences. If you have any question, yes, you have a freedom to ask. So how are you, David and Jerry?
Very good. Thank you. I found that a very refreshing practice this morning, or non-practice, I guess. And it was, I really enjoyed, what really hit me is that right at the beginning talking about the moonlight. And I got thinking about that. There is no moonlight. It's simply a reflection of the sun. And so that sort of stayed with me through the entire practice, and just looked at a lot of different things based on that simple little analogy or observations. Very good. Thank you.
Yeah, we have separated seer and the seen.
Mm.
And once we find that seer is only one, or the knower is only one, we definitely experience the deeper state of mindfulness or meditation. Wonderful. How are you, Jade?
Sir, I'm good. Thank you. The mind clearly sees that the running after pleasure creates suffering, the resistance to change creates suffering. So the mind is very clear that it doesn't have any value in everything that's changing, good, bad, indifferent, so nothing there. And then the value is in what it doesn't see but knows is everywhere, but not in everything. So that unchanging. And so the mind is really, I guess, liberated, as you say. The mind feels, I don't know, the mind, the consciousness is, the mind is embodied with that, I feel. So
Yeah,
that's what I'm seeing everywhere.
I'll tell you, I'll just explain your experiences. Let me have an experiences with first Dennis. And how are you, Dennis?
Uh, Fine, Guruji, thank you. It was rather a contemplation than a uh, practice, and I was observing my thoughts about what you were explaining, trying to discover that nowhere and separate it from the known, to extract that known, that nowhere from whatever it can be extracted from. Um, that's the best way I can
Yeah,
explain what
that's
I'm
right.
experiencing.
I can say, even if you extract everything, what can be extracted? What is left is you. Extract everything. Extract everything from the body. All are made up of the cells. Extract everything from the breath, made up of the air. Go ahead. Continue extracting everything. But there time comes you cannot extract. That is mindfulness. Anyhow, I'd like to introduce behind the two guys are sitting. One is Sasha, who is a great teacher. With his invitation, I have been going to Ukraine for almost 15 years. I just got a break during the COVID. And David is equal to Sergey, or David Jerry is equal to Sergey. So you both have a wonderful business in your respective country, and you both are contributing to these sessions. So one session we take exclusively of Ukraine, I would say, uh, by Sergey, who contributes, and other Ukrainian session is purely a volunteer. So you are in a near somewhere near very some sea beach, Dennis.
No, this is like my house, and
Oh,
Sasha and
you're.
Sergey came to visit me.
I can compare David and Jerry's house with your house.
No, actually, the one you see on the back is not mine. It's the neighbor's house, and the mine is in front. You don't see it.
What it takes, it's your house, you know. So, so now I'm coming to one thing that is very important to understand. Those who are those who did not attend the session, they are enjoying their weekends. You see that there is a form and the spirit. Spirit is inside. What is that spirit? I love you. But until I express that love to you by giving some form of a rose flower or some kind of a gift, that expression is missing in our life. Instead of that, instead of these expressions, that's why I use the word that you both are contributing. I'm grateful. But these expressions are missing in life. Why? Because the I thought has taken over us. Oh, look at this guy. You know, I don't like. I like. I need not to think of it. I need not to create these impressions in my life, and then see how the life becomes beautiful. We always want to live with the painful memories in our life, and then we go to TGIF. Thank God it is Friday. So anyhow, how are you, Terry? You might have gone to TGIF. You are in New York. How are you,
Yeah,
Terry?
I think I must have, but
You must-
anyway, I'm grateful for I began to see the infinite uh,
Beautiful.
space, and I'm grateful for the I,
Lessons.
didn't want it to be over.
Yeah.
And I'm happy to see all of you and have
Yes.
company.
Beautiful.
Thank you for letting me into this class.
Oh, and I'm grateful to my all teachers, who passed on this wisdom to me.
Yes, and I got relief from my nerve pain,
Yeah.
and that is very, very good.
Wonderful, Terry. I'm very happy to listen to these things coming from you. And how are you, Vaibhav?
Thank you, sir. Sir, I'm good. It's like whatever I'm experiencing is happening in mind. So the experience cannot see me. I can see an experience. So I am different from that. And so I can separate, and every time I can see that anything is coming is happening only in the mind. So keeping myself separated, it was easy, it was smooth, it was very calm.
Beautiful. You see, that's another expression. Why we share the experiences? Because you come out with your intellect, you express it. And that is more important to me than I give a lesson for each one of you. And it's a beautiful way that, whatever is happening in the mind, I am separate. We always find that kind of a separation, Dennis. Whatever we do, I'm thinking, I'm talking, I'm playing, still I find that separation. What is that separation? Is the knower and the known is what. How are you, my friend Ashok? Don't speak too much. No, you have to unmute, then you have to speak.
Sir, thank you very much. And hi, everyone. And thank you. I'm getting well. It will take few days more, but I am okay. Sir, thank you very much. Thanks a lot to you.
Very
Thank you very much.
good. Thank you very much.
Mhm.
Thank you. When we have a smaller group, 5, 6 people, don't tell others, who are attending this session, they will get annoyed. But then it is better, we have a better explanation. So anyhow, it does not mean they should not attend the session. Thank you.
Thank you. Namaskar.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.